Hello and welcome to episode 1.
Pardon my Prussian.
Pardon my Prussian.
With me, Henry Crees.
Yeah, and the boys, yeah.
Yeah, and Daniel Agronovsky.
Yeah.
And Kubadashtan.
Yeah, KUBA. KUBA, yeah. So, episode 1.
So what have we had for lunch today, Jen?
I had some fruit pastilles and some Haribos. Not the most balanced lunch, but you know.
Interesting choice.
Must make more.
Yeah. Me and KUBA, we went for a pizza. It was a little £5 for medium pizza deal.
Any medium pizza from Papa John's, actually. I recommend getting on this one.
Not sponsored. Not sponsored just yet.
We do truly believe in their business model.
I was quite disappointed because you know, like I earlier I'd received a promo code for a free side.
Did it not work?
I come in, I say, I'll have my free side now, please, mate. And he goes, you have to order online.
Oh, that's outrageous.
I feel lied to. I really do.
That's outrageous.
The early bird gets the worm.
Yeah.
That's what they say. Never about the early kickoff. That's Mahatma Gandhi.
I believe so.
Wise words have never been
I
spoken.
believe he was a Hammers fan.
Yeah, West Ham fan.
Let's have that. Well,
It reminds me of a
Well,
man
you know.
called Danny Monk, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
A man from my past. It brings
Tell
me...
us about him.
That's a blast from the past, isn't it?
This one. I believe his dad...
Sorry, we got really interrupted.
A short interruption.
So we were talking about.
Pardon my Prussian is back live.
We're talking about Danny Monk and his heritage as a West Ham fan, but we've got
His
something a little
father.
better for you here. We've got some Prussian next.
Wow.
Take us away, Henry.
Please, Henry.
Well,
Host
Read a little
of
stanza.
the Pardon my Prussian podcast.
well.
It's Henry Crease and the boys.
Please read a first-hand
Well,
source.
Please be
First-hand
be
sport.
professional. Turn your phone off.
Shut up.
If possible.
Sorry for the buzzing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Silence in the studio, please.
Go
Thank
ahead,
you.
go ahead.
So this is an extract from Lieutenant Frederick Patterson of the 33rd. Describe what happened to his brother.
It's not a funny subject.
No, it's not.
I'm sure some pretty horrific things happen.
I'm sure his brother's fine. Fine and dandy.
I sure hope so.
The 69th was destroyed. The ground through which we had to advance was much undalted and in full crop of rye, which in that rich and luxuriant country grows exceedingly high.
That
And
rhymed.
And on this account obstructed observation, as we advanced the leading company of our regiment. Observed the French cavalry advancing on our charge. Cavalry. Apologies.
Thank you.
Pardon your Prussian.
I will pardon your Prussian this time.
Sorry.
Go ahead,
We're
please.
back live. Apologies.
Orders were then given to form square. The enemy, perceiving we were prepared for them, instead of advancing, made a movement to the
Pop
left.
quiz. Daniel Agronovsky, what is forming a square?
Gee, I don't know, KUBA.
Would you like me to demonstrate?
Please elaborate, yeah. For the audio listeners, Kuba's about to demonstrate the square.
Please, literally. I'll just go. So Kuba currently has his right forefist raised.
I believe this is left knee on the ground.
Yeah, I believe half the men took the knee, raising their bayonets up, and the men behind them stood. And
A powerful message.
powerful,
Please continue, Henry.
powerful message.
Its king's colours were captured, and only a few of its men managed to reach the safety of a nearby square.
I believe Daniel Agronovsky is currently taking a knee for those audio listeners at home.
My brother was not among them.
Would that be a reference from the popular game Among Us?
I don't believe so.
Please continue.
He had been destroyed in the oncoming cavalry charge.
He had been destroyed.
Sorry, please, can we just
He and his
continue in
regiment.
an
Sorry,
orderly fashion?
he and his regiment had been destroyed by the cavalry charge to the left.
I'll drink
That
to that.
is the end of the extract.
Moving stuff.
I'm sure we've all learned a valuable
Very
lesson
moving
from that.
stuff. I've got.
I believe Daniel Agronovsky has an extract for us now.
I've got quite a small one from the Duke of Wellington himself.
Oh, wow. Mr. Wellington.
So inferior to the French, from want of order, that although one squadron was a match for 2 French, I did not like to see 4 French opposed to 4 French. Oh, sorry, pardon my Prussians.
Park the bus.
4 British opposed to 4 French. As numbers increase, order becomes more necessary. Our men could gallop, but could not preserve their order.
Why can men gallop?
I'll tell you what.
He's a
I
poetic
don't
man,
know.
this Wellington.
I don't know. I'll tell you what. You mentioned parking the bus earlier.
Active reading. You've got another
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Miss, I'm
yeah?
reading
You are?
the
Me
lecture.
too.
Yeah, I'm reading it to them.
Oh, okay.
Come on, look,
Yeah. Pardon your Prussian.
Apologies for the short interruption. Yeah. I will not continue.
But we're back. I'm better
It
than...
reminds me of a certain Uruguayan from my past. No, he's Portuguese.
Portuguese.
His name's Diego Simeone.
Oh, Simeone.
Yeah. He was the first to employ those park-the-bus tactics, if you will. And he...
Okay, anyway, then the Wellington extract.
Yeah, interesting. I believe it's Jakob Deichmann's turn.
Oh, I believe so.
Select an extract for us.
Oh, this is brought to you by a Prussian.
You'll have to choose your literature pair of text next.
Yeah, I will.
Go again.
Active
so
reading.
EMAG is, and look, there's an index there, but EMAG is for language and literature. E-review is just literature, so there'll be loads of essays, loads of
Yeah,
essays
that's
on
for
literature.
you.
We did go through the
Henry's a literature review student for
I am.
A literature review student.
for our audio listeners.
An English literature review student.
For those
Yeah.
just joining.
the one?
For those that have just joined us.
Henry is a...
First of all, I'd like to thank you for choosing Pardon My Prussian as your attended podcast. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe.
Okay,
and share with your friends.
Franz Lieber.
That's enough self-promotion.
Franz, self-promotion
I'll stop
on the podcast.
Stop blowing my own trumpet then.
Please.
But they were already listening. Sorry. We're back
Continue
to
with
it.
your Prussian.
Franz Lieber wrote, "As we passed the marshal, our soldiers began to hurrah, for it was always a delight to see them see the old one, for them to see the old one, as he was called. Be quiet, my lads, said he. Hold your tongues. Time enough, after the victory is gained." He issued his famous order, which concluded with the words, "We shall conquer because we must conquer."
Powerful
stuff.
Moving
And
stuff.
obviously
Sorry.
the Prussians went on to win the Battle of Waterloo together with their British allies.
Of course they did.
This little outbreak is sponsored by Dr. Pepper, I believe.
Dr. P. I remember a bit of a story, I believe Daniel would like to elaborate. A certain Mrs. Popper didn't like them Dr. Pepper
Yeah, this was back a couple of years back now. If
in his past.
I cast my memory back, it was in my bag. It was back when I had a propensity for the 2 litre bottles.
For the 2 litres.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was a 2 litre man. You know,
Gluttonous,
The
that's a
addiction.
heart
The
pressure
addiction.
man.
It grabbed me by the heart, by the neck. It grabbed me. And
Yeah.
had me in both hands. and I was-
You do that a lot.
I was fighting it, and
It was
Yeah.
like, I mean, some would say it was like heroin, just needed another shot of Dr. Pepper,
God,
you know.
yeah, and I had the 2 litre bottle in my bag, and she sees it, and God, yeah. That was when I knew I hit rock bottom. I just...
Didn't she allude to your previous career as a tennis player? Sponsored by Head.
She did. She tried to
It was body shaming.
make it clear to me that I shouldn't be on this stuff, and you know what? I accepted it. I said, yeah.
You found it.
I checked myself.
Colloquial.
Checked myself
Sorry.
into rehab.
Pardon my Prussian.
I checked myself into rehab, and a couple of months later I was clean.
And how did your tennis career ever recover again?
No, but you know,
Did the brand deal fall through?
the brand deal. Yeah. It's, you know,
I'm sorry for
we're not.
myself.
Pardon my Prussian isn't sponsored by that
No
particular
head.
brand, so we won't be discussing this on the podcast.
sorry. Yeah, no head.
So let's move along. What else have we got on today's agenda?
Oh, that's a big topic for
There's a spicy question from the spicy man.
Oh, thank you.
Wikipedia.
Oh,
It's
have
asking
you
for
ever,
donations.
have you boys ever committed the crime of using Wikipedia for your homework?
Personally,
For your homework, of course, but you can't reference it. You can't use it as a source.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you a story.
Of course.
About in year
You
7.
anecdotal man.
Yeah, that's what they call me.
Anecdote Agronovsky.
Yeah, there you go. It's like Maggot Mike.
It's a story for episode 2.
Yeah, we'll
Sorry.
see that for episode
That's
Join
a bit
us
of a-
next
That's a
week.
bit of a teaser.
Let me just cast my memory back to year 7 when Edward King, I believe, during music, tried to hand in a piece of homework, entirely copy pasted from Wikipedia,
Oh,
and he made a very big mistake because copy paste from Wikipedia is
He
not a
left
bad
the
idea.
hyperlinks in.
He leaves the hyperlink. He leaves the
that's
footnotes
rookie
in.
errors.
He leaves the footnotes in. He leaves the Greek in.
at some point you just got to say he deserved what was coming
Yeah.
to him.
Speaking of music
Not
and
professional.
copying, certain Ralph Calloway
Oh,
in year 8
please elaborate.
got like an U
Wow.
Because we were making a suspenseful bit of music for a short film about a picnic, I believe. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
I do remember
if
that.
I could
Me and Leo Carroll, dynamic
That
duo.
doesn't matter. Anyway, Ralph Calloway.
Please, compose yourself.
Sorry,
Please, it's my turn to
Pardon my
anecdote.
Prussian.
Please. I will pardon your Prussian this time.
Thank you.
Ralph Calloway, in order to create suspense, he copied the Jaws theme, note for note.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And he expected the music teacher, John Watson, even though he was probably smacked up at the time, to not notice. And obviously he did.
Wow.
You
Continue
got
on.
any other stories about John Watson? That you...
I do have. May I take the floor?
Of course.
Thank you.
You are the host.
Well,
we are just the pals.
Me and Kuba can reflect back in year 9 on the music tour. Many fond memories
Very
of Mr.
warm.
Watson, you know.
And Jake Timms.
And Jake Timms.
It's a story for another day.
Story for another day.
For episode
maybe,
3, maybe.
maybe we'll get onto that if we've got time at the end.
Of course.
But of course,
Take us one.
there are many classics about John Watson. The ones that you all know.
Can you put your phone away?
Oh, sorry. Pardon, it's not me, please.
It's not very professional.
I do apologise.
Yeah.
John Watson.
Obviously, everyone is familiar with the wall incident.
I'm
I don't
actually
know.
not. Please elaborate.
Oh,
And
sure,
I'm
of
sure,
course.
sure our readers at home would also like to hear.
I'm sure.
Listen,
I'm-
for those, pardon my Prussian.
For those audio listeners, Daniel Agronoff is currently standing up against the wall, demonstrating what John Watson did outside
Please
some sixth
demonstrate on
form's
me.
toilet.
So obviously John Watson is not the most the
Sober.
safest drinker. And one night, you know, he came off a little crazier than normal.
I believe this was the first
It was
night.
the first night
First night.
of a school endorsed trip, and Mr. Watson thought it would be a smart idea at 2 o'clock in the morning to, you know, relieve himself. At the
Relieve
wall
the
of-
beast.
really let the hounds out.
You know what they say
about
about when nature calls you? You got to answer the
wall.
door.
This
On
was
the
the
wall
wall
of
of a fellow student.
Actually, this spot had a lot of action during,
Yeah.
and this was the same corner that Jake Timms drop kicked a cat.
Excuse me. I'm going to get onto this story. aren't I?
Moving on, if we're as a tangent, I think we should move on to the story of Jake Timms.
Please,
I believe
Jacob,
this is the,
Jacob, please continue.
in chronologically, this was the third.
Keep-
This is the third day. This is the third day, I believe. We just
Jake
come back
Tim-
from a long day at the beach. We'd have a lovely time.
We
you know.
thought Jake Timms killed himself.
And we come-
Set 19 saying.
Yeah, we go up to the door and it's locked. It's like, oh no, we've got to use the back entrance.
We were on the first floor. I'm not sure what we were gonna do.
Okay.
So we walk around the corner, and out of nowhere, a cat comes out of nowhere, and Jake Timms, out of sheer instinct, kicks it.
There were no witnesses, but it was funny.
It was
so
funny.
It was true.
The cat was unharmed. I think we should make that
I
clear.
don't think there was a cat.
There was a
I think
cat.
it was added in post.
No, trust me, I was there. The cat ran past me, and Jake Timms was about a metre behind me, and the cat just flies up past me.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Okay. This was after a long 3 days of Jake Timms' harassment due to his inappropriate behaviour.
Yeah.
We thought he killed himself because he ran away and hid in a bush. And me and Elliot DeWooder got in some minor trouble because of it. I sat down on the wall outside.
Yeah, I remember. Me and Josh were allowed to leave. We had no part in it, but you.
And he was on the music.
Yeah, he watched
Joe-
hentai in the room with 7 other people.
Joe Pickles, I believe, threw an aubergine.
Dipped in
Jake-
official.
Make sure you put things back from the folders you've got them
I believe that signals the
I
end.
believe
of
that.
today's-
I believe
today's
that
episode.
signals the
That's all
end.
the time we have for today.
Hey, but don't worry, we'll be back in a few weeks' time with the second episode of Pardon My Prussian.
Second instalment.
And signing
Pardon
off is
My
from me.
Prussian.
From me, Henry Crees,
For me, KUBA Dyston.
and from the boys,
Dan Agronovsky, the boys.
signing off. Thank you very much.
Anecdote Agronovsky.
And just remember, if in doubt, pardon your Prussian.